one arbitrator is their own MD.
My lords, the thing
One
is,
arbitrator is your representative. So there
yes,
is
my
no
lords,
neutral
but all the
just a minute, madam.
That is their factual allegation. So if they are agreed by the composition of the tribunal, that mechanism has been carved out under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. They can challenge that by filing an application under section between that tribunal itself. Under 11.6, they can only challenge if it is barred by Perkins, which says that the person who was an interested party cannot be an arbitrator. That was the... Ma'am, please let me complete.
My lords, here is a case that in which clearly a biased person has been nominated. If I may just refer to one annexure, my lords. And my lords, I appear for the applicant in this matter. This 11.6 application, my lords, for seeking appointment of an arbitrator. I'll directly refer to the arbitration agreement. It's contained in clause 24 of the master service agreement. If my lords may refer to page 56.
So, madam, what is the agreement about?
My lords, it's an agreement for services. Cloud-based disaster centers were set up.
Services.
Yes, my lords. So, my lords, if I may refer to clause 24, which contains the arbitration
You're
agreement.
opposing.
My lords, may kindly come to the arbitration clause. The challenge by them is for the appointment of our nominee arbitrator. It's in the arbitral tribunal is to be constituted as a 3-member tribunal.
Let's see the
One,
Yes,
my lord,
Let's see the clause.
it's a page number 56.
56, clause 24, dispute resolution
Page
clause
56.
starts.
56 the clause.
And if my lords may come to page 57,
Just a minute, madam. Which is the clause number?
24, my lords.
24, yes.
So this is the
Dispute
dispute
resolution.
resolution clause.
Yes.
If my lords may come to page 57, which is a continuation of 24.7. My lords, it refers to the composition of the tribunal, which is 3 arbitrators. My friend is right there. It says that it is to be constituted
24.7.
7.
my lords. Yes. So in the beginning of page 57, my lords, it refers to tribunal of 3 arbitrators constituted as per the Indian Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Now, MD of MPU DC or the Commissioner of UADD, which is their nominee arbitrator, shall be the arbitrator on behalf of the respondent. And another arbitrator will be nominated by MSIL, which is the applicant in this case, and 2 arbitrators shall nominate
What
the
has
third
happened in
arbiter.
this case?
Yes, my lords. My lords, now they have nominated a person who is directly linked to the subject matter of the disputes. We have written multiple.
One arbitrator is their own MD.
My lords, the thing
One
is,
arbitrator is your representative. So there
yes,
is
my
no
lords,
neutral
but all the,
Just a minute, madam. There has to be neutral deciding arbitrator. So let's see their letter.
yes, my lords. My lords, if I may refer to Annexure 14,
Yes.
my lords may come to page 711. This is Annexure 14. It's series of
This
annexures.
is your letter. Which
This
is
is-
their letter. Which is
A3. A3.
nomination of arbitrator. So, madam, whom you nominated?
My lords, we nominated a retired district judge.
Who?
I'll just Honorable Mr. Dinesh Kumar Nayak.
As your arbitrator.
Yes, my lords.
Mr. Dinesh Rai is your arbitrator.
Yes, my lords.
And whom they nominated as their arbitrator?
They have nominated Commissioner of UADD, which is mentioned.
UADD.
Yes, my lords. It is mentioned in.
And now the question is regarding presiding arbitrator.
No, my lords. The question is with respect to their
No,
nominee
yes.
arbitrator.
They are challenging our nominee
Yes,
arbitrator.
my lords.
Yes.
If you look at the statutory framework of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, after the 2015 amendment, anyone who has a direct subject matter connection with the dispute or is connected to the parties, under section 12(5) of the Arbitration Act, there's a non-obstante clause without any, that person by operation of law is not permitted to be an arbitrator.
Under section 12(5).
12(5), my lords. If I may read that particular provision.
In the reference, sir, we have uploaded in reference section. Serial number 5, document shared publicly.
Number 5 is Perkins.
No, sir. I am saying serial number 5 and document shared publicly. The third part of the reference section, sir.
What is that? Act.
Act, my lords. Section 12(5).
Section 12(5).
Yes, my lords. If I, with your permission, if I may read out that relevant section, my lords. My lords, it starts with notwithstanding any prior agreement to the contrary, any person whose relationship with the parties or counsel or the subject matter of the dispute falls under any of the categories specified in Schedule 7 shall be ineligible to be appointed as an arbitrator. Now, if I may refer to Schedule 7, my lords, which is to be read in connection with 12(5).
Internal period number.
Yes, my lords. The internal page number will be page 146. Here, point number 12, the arbitrator is a manager, director, or part of the management or has similar controlling influence in one of the parties. Now, UADD is the nodal agency of the state government, my lords, for the purposes of implementing smart cities project of the government of MP. Here we have also, and my lords, if I may also point out, point 16, the arbitrator has previous involvement in the case. The applicant with its representative has already approached the commissioner of UADD. There are multiple correspondences which we have annexed here. We've discussed the payment claims of ours, which is about 19.63 in terms of 19.63 crores in terms of the principal amount, which has not been allowed in our case. He has already made a decision in this case, my lord. So for them to nominate the commissioner of UADD is akin to nominating someone who's not a neutral arbitrator. That arbitrator has to be independent and impartial. And if their contention, my lords, is that we get to appoint an arbitrator and they don't, we are willing to, for a neutral sole arbitrator to be appointed in this case so that the payment claims can be adjudicated before the right forum. My lords, this application has been pending for more than a year. The payment claims are from 2020 onwards. Part payments have already been made. It's just 19.63 crores, just the principal amount. In fact, the interest will
We
go
are not
on.
concerned with your claim. We are concerned.
Yes, my lords.
Both the parties agree that there are arbitrable disputes.
Yes, my lords.
That
There
is
is
not
no
in-
contention on that. Our only issue is with respect to their nominee arbitrator, and we are willing for a former retired judge of this honorable court to adjudicate the disputes between the parties, my lords. That's all our request is before this
Yes.
honorable.
My lords, may please have Perkins. Their legal issue, whatever they are raising, is answered in Perkins. My lords, may please have Perkins. I have uploaded that, my lord.
Which pair of?
Para 21, my lords.
Before we part.
But in our view, my lords. Para 21, my lords, that would be page 779 of the judgment. But in our view, my lords, at 21. Now, my lord, the seventh line of this paragraph, the next sentence in the paragraph. May I read, my lord? The next sentence in the paragraph further shows that cases where both parties could nominate respective arbitrators of their choice were found to be a completely different situation. The reason is clear that whatever advantage a party may derive by nominating an arbitrator of its choice.
But it is a case where the MD nominated arbitrator.
Yes.
Here
Yes.
MD himself is arbitrator.
No, my
Yes,
lord,
ma'am.
it is not the case. It is Bhopal Smart City. That person is neither the CEO of the smart city nor he's an employee of the smart city. He's an officer of the state government.
Under which smart city corporation works.
That is their factual allegation. So if they are agreed by the composition of the tribunal, that mechanism has been carved out under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. They can challenge that by filing an application under section between that tribunal itself. Under 11.6, they can only challenge if it is barred by Perkins, which says that the person who was in an interested party cannot be an arbitrator. That was the, ma'am, please let me complete. That was the law laid down by the Honorable Supreme Court and Perkins and TRF. That is the, under the 11.6, if someone is prima facie barred, he cannot be an arbitrator, my lords, that is the law. But if they are not happy with the composition of, they have some factual allegation against that person. So if, when the tribunal is constituted,
The case of arbitrator of choice, not interested arbitrator.
whether that person is interested or not,
Hmm.
it would only come out after both the arbitrators give a declaration, mandatory declaration under Schedule 6. And if in that declaration it comes out that
But Mr. Jain, you admit that he is bound to give the declaration as per Schedule 6.
he will give one.
He has to give as per section 11.8.
He has to.
He has to give declaration as per 11.8. Hmm.
So first the tribunal has to be constituted.
Hmm.
Then all three arbitrators give declaration.
Hmm.
And if after that they feel that a person is an interested party or he's ineligible, they can file an application under section 30 before
Mr.
that.
Jain, if he has to give the declaration and everything is writ large before us, then how we can permit this formality to take place?
11 scope under 11.6 is only with respect to appointment of an arbitrator. As per the
What is your prayer? Ultimately, madam, what is your prayer?
My lords, our prayer was with respect to appointment of an arbitrator on behalf of the respondent. But my lords, if there is a contention that there is unfairness because we get to nominate an independent and, impartial arbitrator and they don't, then this court has every right and jurisdiction to nominate an arbitrator who's neutral so that the dispute can be adjudicated. And with respect to the point that my friend made, my lords, there is an interstate agreement that was executed between the state SPVs as well as UADD, which is part of the MSA. It refers to that and it is part of the master service agreement. So it cannot be said that UADD is not a contracting party. It is very much interested in this dispute. And my lords, if I may just point one more thing. In TRF as well as Perkins, TRF was with respect to an illegible
Where is madam smart master agreement?
Yes, my lords, it's the first annexure.
This is
Annexure
between
A1.
Yes,
HP
ma'am.
and Bhopal Smart City.
Starts from page 24, my lords, annexure A1. And if my lords were to look at page 32, there is clause 2, which says documents forming part of agreement. 2.1 I says intercity agreement, which is the agreement I was referring to, which was executed between UADD as well as the state SPVs. There are 7 state SPVs, my lords. Bhopal is one of them. And by virtue of this
Where
contractual
is that
frame-
agreement, madam?
Yes,
Executed between UADD and HP.
yes, my lords. My lords, in the same, sorry, my lords?
Is there any agreement executed between UADD and you or UADD between
Yes, my lords.
between UADD and Bhopal Smart City?
The city agreement gave authority to Bhopal Smart City to kind of raise the tender, select
Where
the
is the
MSI.
agreement concerning UADD?
Yes, my lords. If you refer to page 160,
Hmm.
it is the intercity agreement.
160.
Yes, my lords. And 162 lays down the parties part of it.
Intercity agreement between BSCDCL, Indore, Jabalpur, Ujjain, Gwalior, Sagar, Satna, and
Yes, my lords. My lords, now, if you were to look at
and
163.
UADD.
Yes. And in fact, my lords, yes. UADD being Directorate of Urban Administration and Development. My lords, with reference to the judgments that have been relied upon, TRF, it dealt with an ineligible arbitrator, which is the managing director, nominating an arbitrator. In which case, the Supreme Court went one step ahead and said, if the arbitrator itself is ineligible, which is the case here, he cannot nominate an arbitrator as well. And then the Supreme Court, under section 11.6 and 11.8 of the Arbitration Act, went ahead and remanded the matter back to the High Court to nominate a neutral arbitrator. And even in Perkinson, it dealt with unilateral appointment of an arbitrator. And Justice Sikri was appointed as an arbitrator because a neutral arbitrator has to
In
adjudicate the
this
dispute.
case, there is a master agreement between UADD and Bhopal Smart City.
Yes, which gave the right to Bhopal Smart City to raise the tender. We were selected as the master systems integrator. The MSA was executed. All of these are interconnected, my lords. You cannot look at it from isolation. My lords, here is a case that in which clearly a biased person has been nominated. If I may just refer to one annexure, my lords, annexure A14. We'll clarify the position, my lords. It starts from page 711.
This, madam, page 161 agreement is dated.
Yes, my lords, 1 second. Intercity
9/10/17.
9/10/2017, my lords. Subsequent to that, 7/12/2017 is when the MSA was executed.
9/10/17.
Yes, my lords.
And MSA
7/12/2017.
12/17 with you.
Yes, my lords. And it is between Bhopal Smart City and the applicant, which is HP.
Does it refer to this
Yes, my lords. I refer to
page
the
160
yes,
agreement?
32, my lords. Page
Page 32.
32. If you look at the documents forming part of this agreement, there are a bunch of different documents listed. I mentions the intercity agreement, which is the agreement that we refer to, my lords.
It mentions the intracity agreement, not
Intercity.
intercity, intracity.
Yes, my lords, I stand corrected there.
Any further reference?
My lords, is there in a couple of places. I just have to once look at it. My lords, this is the main reference, but if you were to see page 160, it is forming part of the master services agreement. So in the annexures bit, they have annexed the intra-city agreement as well, page 160. All of this is part of annexure A1, which is the MSA. And in the first page of the MSA itself, it talks about copy of the intercity agreement, my lords, page 24. It says volume 1 consists of so and so. Clause 7 says copy of the intercity agreement. So it is very clear that all of these are interconnected, my lords. And I just want to refer to one communication we have issued, my lords. It's at annexure.
So then
14.
suppose your MD is unable to give this declaration, then what will happen?
The Bhopal is the Bhopal responsibility, my lord, it's CA.
Hmm.
He cannot give a report.
No, suppose the MD UADD is unable to give the declaration, then what will happen? Commissioner UADD.
They challenge it before that, right? We have section 30.
13.
Section 30 of the Act. One, I would say subject to subsection.
No, we are on the question that if he is unable to give the declaration, then there would be no constitution of the tribunal.
No.
Then what will happen?
Then in that case, they can file an variance.
My lords.
That situation is not present.
Hmm.
As of now, the tribunal is not constituted.
Hmm.
This petition is premature.
Hmm.
And the declaration has not come out. Even their arbitrator's declaration is not out.
Hmm.